All right, ready when you are.
Well, that's three.
What happened? I see that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I said that at the end. John or Ralphie, I said, so you'll have to fill me in what just happened. Look, what we got right was we got the last part right. 4 minutes, 42 seconds. We're able to execute, late in the game, and boys stayed engaged right throughout. So even when the goal was kicked, obviously that couple goal margin, you're sort of thinking that might be just a bit too hard trying to get two scores in 4 minutes and 42 seconds. But the boys were able to stay engaged with it, stay connected with each other, and still saw a possibility to be able to win the game. And then to be able to have those moments and be able to finish the plays. So it's one thing to set it up, it's another one to be able to finish. And we weren't real accurate today, but we were accurate when we needed to be.
It's 3 out of 4 that you've come from behind a three-quarter time. What is it?
We've had a lot of moments in the past where we've had some really hard and harsh lessons about those moments, and the boys have gone to work a lot on ourselves around that and being able to stand up when it counts. I thought there were some real individuals that stood up when it counted, and they're taking real pride in those particular moments of games. They're getting the detail right, they're putting the energy in it, and they're executing really well. So, as I said to them after the game, you don't go a very long time to be able to have trust like that and be able to stare that sort of deficiency. It wasn't insurmountable, but when you're thinking about the game and how the game was played, we were a bit untidy for most of it, and I sort of felt like Fremantle were just a little bit better around the contest and a little bit cleaner when they needed to be, and seemed to be sort of having their moments throughout the game. And it was a bit hard work for us for most of it. But the tide turned when it needed to, and the margin never got out on us, and that was important. So that says a lot about the arm wrestle, and you don't always win how you would like to win. You've got to win when the game's in an arm wrestle. And certainly Fremantle were able to put the game, that game together and made it really tough for us.
So what happened in terms of the descent, like around the boundary or?
Not sure. I asked the umpires on the sideline. I think it was something descent. I think, but yeah, I'd happy to be proven wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Just the second last goal there. The blokes stood up, Hewitt, gets the ball to boot. Control, as you say, finish there. I mean, they're big moments from a really small mistake from Fremantle.
Yeah, it's small margins, and we spoke a lot about respecting Fremantle's game, and we come in and we look at their contest game and it's in really good shape. We look at how they are able to deny opposition score. That's in really good shape. So we always knew that this was going to be a tough game. But I felt like our game was, we had good moments, but I would say largely it was a little bit untidy. It could have been a bit cleaner in the contest. Lacked some composure at times with the ball in hands. So we just made it difficult for ourselves. But you can get frustrated by that, or you can just stay, connected as a team, and they're able to do that and still execute their roles. Our effort never wavered. So that's the big thing for us, is that tackles were plus 13, contested possession we kept coming. So couldn't fault the boys in the effort, but the execution just needs a little bit of work.
It's the Fogarty incident. I'm not asking you to defend him, but it did seem a really line ball, and it's a grey area. Eyes on the ball all the way through. No idea what will happen.
I thought it was a great contest from two guys keeping their eyes on the footy. I think that's what the pure thing about AFL is. And Fife went back with fly the ball, and Fog come across and tried to spoil it. So with eyes on the ball the whole way. So I thought it was just a great contest.
Force it, Michael, a couple away from home, but it's given you obviously it's the perfect 4-0, but the perfect platform to build a season, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and yeah, you're right. Like, to be able to sort of get games on the road, they're important. They're extremely valuable to be able to have, and there's a level of maturity you have to have as a team as well to win those games. And we made some great ground last year on it. Sort of knocked this one over was, semi-important. Adelaide Oval and not being able to win here, and they can sometimes just stack up on you, and it's just sort of nice to put that one to bed. So it's a nice little achievement throughout the day, nice little acknowledgement for us as a team. So, but yeah, they're all really important. And we saw Melbourne, what Melbourne's been able to do last couple of weeks. It's been pretty impressive with being able to do what they've done. So go on the road and get two really close wins is very important in the bigger picture of the season.
How important is it to win just really different ways, like Cheddar ball movement, 3 hours going to find you up? Nice to be able to do that.
Yeah, it is. And look, we're sort of, our profile is a bit different than what we're probably traditionally seen us. I mean, you look at the clearances, I mean, the number might not be exact here, but we're sort of minus 17. I mean, that's a big number. So that's not something that we could absorb in the past. But what we have been and what we've grown is how we want to defend as a team. So even when we're not getting the territory from that particular part of the game, we're still able to defend and hold as best we possibly can. And then we're obviously starting up our game from a different area of the ground. So we don't always want it to be that way, but that's what we got today, and we had to work our way through it, and the boys solved it really well.
I think just Cripps was forward a fair bit, maybe trying to stop the intercept game, and the clearances were down. So just explain maybe
No, he's been doing that over the last month. So he's been, for us, it's about spreading the load and sharing the load. So he wants to add that as part of his game, and I don't know, we kick one, had another shot on goal. So yeah, just be able to get him forward and throw in some other guys through the midfield. It's just probably just more sharing the load, and probably says where Cripper's at. He trusts his teammates, and obviously he'll have his turn at different times, but he's trusting his teammates and he's trusting that the role will get done.
Just on Walsh, you said the expectation just would require a setback almost for him not to play.
Yeah, he's tracked really well, and found out that he's trained really well over the weekend. So gets through training. He'll play next week.
Elijah Holland, is that hip adductor?
Yeah, hip adductor. So we're not 100% sure on that one. So we'll get the scan. So I think everyone else was okay.
Zach Williams was all right then at the end there?
Yeah. I'd be surprised if there was anything, but Zach, I was just like, you can't help but sort of go there and just sort of like, mate, you okay? So I had some concerns there for a bit, but he told me to settle down and that he's okay. So hopefully that's what it is.
I think that knock, or whatever it was, came in a good moment for him. Got through, and then the long two.
It was a special moment, wasn't it? Yeah, him being able to take on, and he's missed a lot of footy over the last little period of time, and he's just going to keep better by just being able. He's going to get better just by continuing to play and playing with that back 6-7 that are down there, and getting some familiarity and cohesiveness amongst them, and we'll start to see more of that. We'll start to see him take some of those moments and break through.
Cripps celebration out of 10?
Yeah, we're at 10 out of 10. Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? So I was expecting the baby moment at some stage if he kicked a goal, so I'm pleased he went through with it. But pretty special. I mean, we obviously acknowledged it when he came over, and it was good to have him here. It was really good to have him here. We certainly needed him, and I just thought he's, as a leader today, he really stood strong in really important moments. And we talk about that last contest. I know there's only about 20 seconds to go, but the ball sort of, breaks out in the wing, and he's charging after it, and gets that tackle and keeps the ball inside. And he's got a real strong will to win.
Tom De Koning, not only trying to negate probably the form of the competition, but really well across the field, and particularly behind the ball. And
got plenty of looks as well throughout the day. His game's grown enormously. He's setting up his games throughout the week. He's training really well. I think he's taken that to a whole new level. And he's been able to grow parts of his game. Some of that's around the ruck contest, but I think where he's actually having even more impact is when the ball hits the floor and he's starting to get involved around the ground. So it's been really good to sort of see his growth over the course of the last month. Thanks for that. Cheers. Enjoy the next game.